7 of the drivers in the top 10 recently turned their quickest lap of the race, and those quick laps will come down even further as we go forward into the night here in Charlotte.
And as the track improves and the speeds pick up, guess what? The car is harder to drive. Faster it goes, the harder it is to drive.
This was a couple of players that were up in the top 5 or top 10 earlier in the race. Jeff Burton in the 31, Casey Kane in the 9, and right now they're back in the 12th and 13th position.
And Larry, you guys are talking about the speeds picking up. Let's don't forget, 600 miles, RPMs go up. Guess what happens to the engines? Probably we'll have some engine failures before the end of the night.
I guarantee you, Jeff, we'll be paying close attention to that in the last 100 miles, like I talked in the pre-race. 100 miles longer than any other race on the schedule.
Looking back from Tony Stewart, and now moving to Paul Menard at 6th place, a little further forward. 2 of the Roush Fenway Fords, Kenseth and Biffle, battling. This is for 7th. 227 complete, 173 to go in the Coca Cola 600. Kurt Busch is your leader by 1 second. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
The Coca Cola 600 on Fox is sponsored by Toyota, by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer, and by Cobalt Tools. Cobalt, the next generation of tough tools.
That was only the Indianapolis 500 winning car owner. That's freaking great. That's awesome. Can you hear me right now?
Can hear you, thank you.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. How you doing? You got a good car tonight?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think we'll be good here in just a bit.
I came to see you, man. Here I am.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
For more in-car audio and live race radio, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile at sprint.com/speed. 166 laps to go. McMurray currently 4th behind Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, and David Rudiman.
You know, just listen to that conversation there between Jamie McMurray and Chip Ganassi. I guess just going back and thinking to the fall of 2002, when Jamie McMurray was subbing for injured Sterling Marlin, driving for Chip Ganassi, and in his second start in Sprint Cup, won the fall race here in 2002. He went away from Ganassi over to Roush Fenway, won some races at Roush Fenway. In fact, he won Talladega last fall, and now he's back with Chip.
Just funny how things work, though, Larry. Sometimes you get fit into an operation. Jamie just fits in here a lot better than he did over at Roush's. He always felt like he said he was felt like odd man out over there. Here he feels like he's part of the family.
Second place, Clint Boyer has been caught by David Rudiman, and Boyer gives David the outside.
Tell you what, David Rudiman is running a race of his life tonight. I think he's been in the top 3 or 4 cars ever since the green flag dropped, and he just moves into 2nd place pretty fast.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is headed for pit road. Krista, what's up?
Overheating, Mike. They were up to about 265. They said if they got up to 270, they would pit, and that is exactly what they're going to do. They'll come in to take 4 tires and clean the grill. Dale Jr. just came on the radio and said, man, we were running pretty good, too. They had gotten up inside the top 20.
Yeah, Krista, that's the highest he had been running all race long. He had made it to the 16th, and you can see that plastic that was on that opening right there.
And they didn't get it all. Yeah, the first was a potato chip bag. Now they've got the rest of it as McMurray passes Boyer for 3rd.
I think Dale Jr. been following a BF5 truck the way it looked.
But now, Darrell, remember this, and this is the last race at which this rule will be employed for the first time. If a caution comes out, Earnhardt could get the waiver, use the wave around to get back on the lead lap.
Where'd this come from, Larry? Good grief.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question why that thing was running that warm.
That's more stuff on that one car, on that one grill, than I've seen on every car out here tonight.
But you know, Mike, to really take advantage of that wave around, what this group really needs is probably a caution in about the next 10 to 15 laps to still have some fairly fresh tires on the car.
ninth place battle, Greg Biffle, the number 16 Ford, against Jeff Burton's Chevrolet. And here's Mark Martin for 13th up against David Reagan in the UPS Ford.
Mark that 5. Mark Martin in the 5, easing toward the front as the evening wears on.
Well, a lot like his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. Even though
hit the splitter for a couple of laps. Now it's just a little snug through the middle. Still just a little.
Even though Mark started in the 11th position, he fell back. This is about the highest he's been in the running order, running 13th for a long time.
Now the car we didn't see in the midst of them was 11th place Tony Stewart. Steve?
Mike, it's been a struggle tonight for Tony Stewart. He's been saying throughout the race the car's working too hard on the left front and the right rear. Just recently he said it's starting to get a little better, but it's very line sensitive. I have to hit my marks right on the money.
And Darrell, we have not heard that a lot at this racetrack for the last week and a half, that it was a very line-sensitive racetrack. Seemed like it's been very forgiving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at where everybody's, some guys are on the bottom, some through the middle. I mean, they've been all over this racetrack. Surprised to hear that too, Larry.
One of the fastest cars on the racetrack is that number 16 Ford of Greg Biffle, who keeps picking up spots as he goes after Jeff Gordon for 8th.
He's been one of the guys that just has rim rided this racetrack all night long. I mean, just scraping. Every now and then sparks will fly off of his car. He's so close.
Gordon has been up as high as 5th, but it seems like he has not been happy with the car at any point in this race yet. Dick?
Well, at the moment, Gordon is saying the car is wrecking loose. And you're right, Mike. There have been times when it's been incredibly tight, and it's never been just right for Jeff Gordon in the 24.
But it's been that way almost ever since they unloaded on Thursday. Brand new race car. There's been something missing the entire time.
But you know, he's not running that bad, Larry. I mean, the guy's sitting here running in a nice spot. I know he wants to run better than that, but pretty hard for the crew chief to know exactly what to do.
Kurt Busch, your leader, by 2 seconds over David Rudiman. Busch running laps at about 31:40s with 156 to go.